Hi there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom. Welcome to day 265 of our Be a Better You annual challenge. We're doing one thing every day this year to be a better human being, a better version of ourselves. In today's topic, we're on the subject and the life framework area of spiritual. I know, great graphics, right? There's a 9-part life framework, if you're just joining me, that I share, and I've shared since 2021. Prior to that, it was a 7-part life framework, because that's what I use to structure my life and set it up and add a little bit of a framework around how things work. It's helped me for decades. I think I learned it from Tony Robbins and Jim Rohn back in the late 1970s, early 1980s, when my life was actually in chaos and turmoil at that point. I was having some health challenges and life direction. What do I want to really be when I grow up? Challenges. And all of it came together and culminated in a few years of really hard physical challenges, health challenges. And that's a story for another day because it's longer than just a couple of minutes here. But today's topic is spiritual lessons learned. What kind of spiritual lessons have we learned thus far in our journey on this little planet called Earth and in this lifetime? I brainstormed quickly 10 of mine last night before I went to sleep as part of my gratitude practice, and I'm going to share those right now. And our challenge today is to think about what spirit-related or soul or spiritual-related or connected to a higher power, however you've defined it, lessons have you learned in your life so far. And share between 1 and 3 in the comments below so we can learn from one another. And I think what we'll see is some common threads and common things as we share with each other. But it's really powerful to share with one another because, number 1, it helps us realize that we're not alone. Number 2, it helps us to know that there are a lot of people that have been through worse things than us, a lot of people who haven't been through bad things as us, but we're all still here trying to become a better version of ourselves, making the world a better place. So here's mine. Here's my list. Let me grab a magnifying glass, sneak a sip of coffee, and my love you to the mountains and back. It's my daughter's cup. I borrowed it. Number 1, death is not the end. Now, a lot of people haven't had that spiritual lesson. I personally have. It's actually been 15 years since my death experience and my death day, and I did indeed die and come back. Thank you to a very wonderful young man that happened to be working that night in one of my businesses and was able to do CPR till the paramedics arrived from across the street and helped me. Luckily for me, a paramedic was across the street having an anniversary dinner with his wife till the cardiac device got there to jumpstart my heart again. So anyway, I will contend, and my personal experience has been, death is not the end. I believe we are infinite beings and that our soul lives on, our spirit lives on, even if we're not living in this little body again, or this whatever you call it, meat suit again. That's a terrible name. I adopted the philosophy coming out of that experience: be loving, love being, be you. That's kind of my motto, and it has been for at least 15 years. I believe that there's a big version of us and our higher self and a little version of ourselves. I call it big you, big me, little me. And what's here on planet Earth, our consciousness, how we show up in the world, etc., to me, that's the little part of who we really are. And the big part is our infinite possible being that is just that, infinite. Another one that was a biggie for me was realizing that we all are living in our own reality. And I think one of the things that really helped me to see this was when we go on social media and Facebook, and it took me a while to see this too. What I see on my Facebook or on my every other piece of social media you choose is what's fed to me by something working in the background, the algorithms that I really don't necessarily understand intellectually and don't care to. It's complication I don't need to spend my energy on. Showing me what they think I want to see more of and what they think I want to or should see, right? When it comes to advertising, they show us the ads they think that we should see based on all the information they've collected on us over the years that we've used that platform, etc. But that reminds me that what I'm seeing in my feed is different than everybody else. What everybody else is experiencing on the planet as they're living their life is different than me, and my experience is different than them. When we realize that and we step back, we can be a lot kinder to people because we don't know their whole story. And if we remind ourselves some things are none of our business, we don't know their whole story, we have no idea how they've come to be and feel and believe what they believe right now. So who are we to judge that? We are not anyone to judge that. So we're all living our own reality, and our experiences are only ours, and we can only experience our life as we uniquely can, given our current situation, just like our feeds in social media. Not just like, but it reminded me that, oh, I'm not seeing the same things everybody else is seeing. They're not seeing the same things I'm seeing. We're all being kind of manipulated like puppets on a string in some instances. Do unto others. I am a huge believer that, and I've learned this one, both on, making mistakes, because I'm human too, and being kind to people. It doesn't cost anything to smile at somebody or be kind to somebody or acknowledge them or be a good human being. I always believe that the golden rule is at play. We learned it in kindergarten, and I'm watching my granddaughter in 4K, and we all go through these developmental learning stages and getting our feelings hurt because somebody doesn't want to play with us or they tell us to go away. And it's not a personal rejection of us, although that's how we almost always take it. It's just them understanding, hey, this is my boundary, you're not for me. And we have to remind ourselves, I don't like everybody. Do you like everybody? No. So why would we ever expect everybody to like us? It's sort of unrealistic and silly and toddlerish, right? And anyway, so do unto others like you want to be done unto. Universal laws. Another lesson I've learned is that universal laws apply to all of us, whether we believe them or not. Everything on the planet, everything in the universe is energy, whether I believe it or not. Gravity will affect me if I jump off a building just like everybody else. Even if I say I don't believe in gravity, that's not going to save me. It applies to everyone and everything. Universal laws apply to everybody and everything. So if you've never looked at them, if you've never thought about them, if you've never considered them, a good place to check if you're finding that you're having struggles or challenges is to check out what are the universal laws, and am I doing things that are trying to push against them? Because if I'm thinking about negative things all the time and I'm expecting positive results, I'm totally not paying attention to universal laws. What we think about, what we focus on, what we pay attention to is what we create in our life. So we have to focus on what we want and the things we want to create, not on the lack of them, or not on us feeling sorry for ourselves or comparing ourselves to others or being jealous, etc. Because those are all emotions that will keep us stuck right where we are. Again, the golden rule, do unto others like you would have them do unto you. I ask myself that one a lot, and I remind myself that if I wouldn't want to be treated that way, why would I treat someone else that way? Especially if I'm being judgy or something. I, again, believe we are all infinite beings and that we create everything. I believe in the theory that we picked our parents. We came into this life to have a certain set of experiences and challenges that we were going to face and learn from and grow and be a better being, big being from. And that we create all of it based on our choices, our willpower, our decisions, etc., right? If I decide that I'm going to drink every single day alcohol, I'm going to get different results than if I don't drink alcohol. If I decide to eat foods that are high in cholesterol and calories and fat, and then I end up with diabetes, is that anybody else's fault? No. But if I'm blaming other people and I'm blaming the food industry and I'm blaming things outside of myself, I've given up all my personal power and control on that. But if I say, oh, I got diabetes, I got to do something about this, and if I massively change what I'm doing and paying attention to how it's impacting me, then I'll get a better result. I watched my grandfather do this in the 1970s, actually, way back then. He was diagnosed with diabetes, and he kept religiously paid attention to everything he ate and drank, and ended up not having diabetes anymore because he took such good care of himself. But it was because he took personal responsibility and decided to do that. His doctors didn't tell him to do that. They would have just given him shots, or I don't even know if they had insulin back then. I'm sure they did. All right, so what are we doing today? We are sharing at least 1 to 3 of your spiritual lessons learned. What have you learned here on your journey so far on planet Earth? Because I guarantee whatever you share can help me or somebody else in our group. Have a great day. Any questions, ask. I'll be with you tomorrow.